Logitech G portfolio is among the more popular and well-known gaming ecosystems out there. So, are there any exciting new additions to Logitech G that we can look forward to this year or anytime soon?
So while one cannot comment on any upcoming launches, to be honest, Manish, but very recently, just about a week ago, we introduced a new headset, which is the G335. Now, in terms of design and aesthetics and the comfort factor, it is in a way taking on the design language from the highly successful G733, which we introduced last year in October. Of course, this is much lighter, and it is similar comfort and design, and it is aimed more at what we say as a social gamer. We are seeing there is a greater adoption of gaming as a sport, as a entertainment, and there is an angle of gaming as a community is a close knit community. So that's where we are referring to, is that it's more of social gamers who are looking at something which is easy to wear, comfortable, easy to use, plug and play, and at the same time looks good on your head, because let's be fair enough, when you're playing and when you're visible, this is the first device which your community sees, and you would like to look good, and of course the performance is the hygiene factor that you need to ensure. So that is one product which has come up recently, Manish. We have slowly, gradually built our presence in the headset range, because in April we had a in-ear gaming headphone, which is the G333, and that has also been accepted very well. And it's available in three colors: black, white, and purple. Just like G335 is available in black and white. So we are adding a bit of color also to address this audience, which, like I said, which is a social gamer. They want to somewhere stand out, have fun, and gaming as a means of having fun and entertainment is evolving, and we do see that as a trend coming through, and that is one of the driving factors for the gaming ecosystem, if I may say so.
So, obviously, of late, with the amount of free time people have and the amount of time they're spending at home, gaming as a whole is on the rise. A lot more people, new people are picking gaming up. So, obviously, this must have had effects on the peripheral market. So,
Sure.
Can you go a little bit into that?
Yeah, I mean, over the last, I would say, a year and a half, we have seen an uptake in gaming, in terms of gamers, new gamers getting into the category, existing people spending more time actually in terms of gaming. There have been inputs around research wherein the number of gaming hours has gone up substantially. So very clearly it has impacted positively on the business, not just purely peripherals, but online gaming community events. So there is a clear uptake out there. And what we see is that I would say that this 1.5 years has actually accelerated the pace of the trends which were already existing. See, gaming, Manish, as a sports, gaming as a esports as a career was evolving even before the pandemic really hit, right? Yeah. It is just that the recognition of this as a career, as a profession, is possibly coming in as the different stakeholders in the ecosystem start coming around. You have the esports governing council coming in terms of this ecosystem being established from a hardware peripherals perspective, to the gaming publishers, to the platforms which are streaming gaming. So it's all evolving, and you see an increased recognition of esports and gamers as professionals. See, it's for casual gamers, it would be a pastime, a fun activity, and an entertainment activity. But there is a certain set of gamers who are hardcore gamers who spend almost 8, 9, 10 hours a day honing their skills, competing at different levels, whether formal or informal. And that is where the recognition for these guys is possibly coming through a little more. And I think what this 1.5 year period has done is brought in a greater degree of recognition and rewards for these players who are spending a lot of time and looking at esports as a profession. So that is where the real shift is happening, and you would appreciate that for any sport to pick up, it is first excellence in the sport at a national and an international level comes into play. Then the rewards and recognitions come into play, and I think that is where the ecosystem is evolving. And very clearly, as the ecosystem evolves, you would see more and more people actually looking at actively pursuing esports as a career, as a profession. And at the same time, you would see more people coming in to the gaming foray to actually either be more like casual gamers, spending say 2 hours, 3 hours every third, fourth day, or 5, 6 hours in a week, or 9 hours, 10 hours in a week. And they will also start gradually looking at having peripherals which enable them to enjoy a far more immersive experience. And that is where we see the potential that yes, okay, there is the casual gamers, the new gamers who are getting into the category. They have ended up looking at products which we have been putting across as an esports starter kit, if I were to say that, which is the G102 light sync mouse, G213 keyboard, and the G331 headset. So last year, when this pandemic hit, we actually started looking at giving solutions rather than saying selling products. So we had the online community events, which were open to all at some level. So you could participate even if you are a first-time gamer. You can come in and participate out there, compete, at the same time have fun and enjoy. And then there were certain levels of tournaments where it was only by invitation, where the hardcore gamers who have been in the ecosystem, practicing, competing at various levels, forming teams, and competing with the best of hardware that they have been using. So it's been yes, it has been an overall growth story for sure. The only thing I would like to add is the growth story started before the pandemic. It accelerated. The pandemic actually accelerated the growth and possibly brought the expansion a little further, a little inward further, I would say.
So, speaking of esports, Logitech, you mentioned that you've been hosting a few tournaments for beginners, for professionals existing. Any other plans currently for Logitech in the esports department in India in the coming future?
So we will continue doing these online community events where we enable the gamers across casual gamers, performance gamers, and hardcore gamers, which is the professionals. So enabling platforms where they can come participate. That would be a continued process, Manish. And the other element is what we are looking at is India now this year has a wildcard entry for the Logitech G McLaren Challenge, which is the console gaming part, wherein the wheels, Logitech wheels, play a great role, and that is an addition, an extension to our efforts in the PC gaming space that we have been pushing through online community events, like I mentioned.
Could you actually go a bit into how new people or new gamers would come across these tournaments or find out about them and where they could go to enter these, for example?
So most often, Manish, like I said, it's a close knit community,
Okay.
and like I said, it's a niche which is growing much faster. But then, because it's very heavily social, so it is actually you reach out to gamers and inform them about these opportunities for them to participate and connect with the larger community is through social platforms, which is right from Facebook to Instagram. And then you have a large influencer community
Okay.
who have been gamers at times, are still gamers, some of them, and they actually stream almost every day.
Okay.
And that is where we have engaged very strongly with this community over the last 2 years, not only for talking about how best to perform, what kind of devices a gamer should be looking at when they are actually just getting into the category, as they evolve in their journey of becoming more ingrained gamer, if I were to put it that way, and a professional. So we are not just engaging influencers to possibly just do product reviews. It's far beyond that. I mean, you have, if I were to put it, you have IPs like Masterclass, wherein there is a pro gamer who is creating an opportunity for the other gamers to come in and get tips and tricks on how to perfect certain games in certain moments in a game. What is the kind of device, how you should be looking at using that, what is the kind of aim. FPS games are the most popular in India, and that is where you start building the association. Apart from that, there are things like gaming nights where we bring all influencers that we are associated with together, and they talk about their experiences. So it's in a casual, fun environment, if I were to put it that way. And a lot of times we create opportunities where the influencers actually invite gamers. Like if you were to be a gamer, they would reach out and invite gamers to become a part of their team, and influencers creating teams and competing with each other.
Okay.
So it's not a monologue that we are really looking at pushing through with influencers and saying, okay, here is a product, this is the product features, and yeah, it's done. It's more about engaging the community through the influencers and engaging the community in the context that the community wants to be. So it is not purely serious product reviews or new product launches, but it is about, okay, what does this community want, and who do they want to listen from? It's actually people who are in the ecosystem, have been playing for long, know about it, and still continue to follow the what's new in the gaming ecosystem.
Uh, so, coming back to the Logitech G, can you actually tell us about any innovations or technologies that Logitech is currently working on to enhance the gaming experience?
So that forms the bedrock of our offerings all across, whether it is the Lightspeed technology, which is basically the wireless experience enhancer in a way across the portfolio. So you have the G502 Lightspeed mouse, you have the G733 Lightspeed headset, and then so Lightspeed is one of the key sticks for us in the wireless space. Then you have the Hero sensor, which is again about precision, fast and precision, which is reflected in the highly successful and world's number one G502 Hero mouse. And you have the G502 Lightspeed version, which is the wireless version of the same iconic design. So these two effectively actually form, and they have been constantly enhanced over a period of time to enable a far more immersive experience across the games. And then you have Blue Voice, which has come in. I mean, Blue is a brand of Logitech in the microphone space. So you have G733, which I said, which we launched last year as a headset. Now that has Blue Voice also.
Yeah.
So which means communication becomes much more clearer.
So we know about the Hero sensors for the mice. We know about Lightspeed for wireless devices and Blue Eyes for headsets. As far as I know, Logitech also has the Roamer G mechanical keyboards, correct?
Uh, yes, we have evolved. We are evolving onto newer keys actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this is for the keyboards. Yes,
Yeah.
we have had Roamer G as a part of the portfolio, Roamer G keyboards, but we are evolving on to more keyboards in that range.
So
Already there are keyboards which are
so
which
you're
are on
working
different
on
platforms.
different switch types or something like that? Is something changing up about the keyboard?
No, it's already there actually. So there is nothing
Okay.
which is changing. We had
Okay.
the Roamer G portfolio,
Yeah.
and we have now brought in a range of linear, tactile, and clicky keyboards.
Okay.
Yeah, which are mechanical keyboards. Yeah, which is the G512 actually, if you look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you give us some more detail about the Logitech G Play at Home campaign and what it's trying to accomplish?
So it was an initiative last year, Manish, to be honest, when the pandemic hit,
Yeah.
and yes, before that, if you would recall, there used to be gaming tournaments which were very heavily offline, and that is where the opportunity for these gamers to come together, interact, play and have fun together was there in offline. Now, the play at home was an attempt, or has been an attempt, to actually engage these gamers in a safer environment. Don't take away the fun element, the fun and the engagement and the social connect that gaming as a ecosystem allows. Take it all purely online, and at the same time ensure that it is a safer environment for the gamers to interact and play with and compete. So it was essentially a messaging platform that was built uh, to engage the gamers on the online platforms.
So I think that was my last question, Dheeraj. That's it. So
Thank you so much, Manish.